Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. I actually saw something right here that looks pretty cool that was off the camera. We're on the east side of Las Vegas. Look at this. Old cab. At least it's painted up like an old cab, and then whatever that is behind it, I'm not sure. Really cool. I don't know why they would be sitting outside like this, exposed to the elements. Progress, it says on the side. It's a Bel Air. And this one looks like another Chevy. The headliner is drooping a little bit there. And then back here we've got a Chevy C10 Cheyenne, it says there. Huh. You never know what you're going to see over here on the east side of town. Certainly seen a lot of areas with calls for service and lots of police activity, but some old classic cars there. This house here right in front of us looks like it's kind of a mix, an architecture there. It's got a 3-car garage. Looks like an old Adobe type style of house there. And again, you know, with a lot of these lots down here in this side of town, we've noticed it's just a mishmash. You've got, you know, brand new homes on a 1-acre lot next to brand new homes on a 1-acre lot, only there's like 50 of them on that 1-acre lot. And so you get a lot of that over here. But yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. If you're into old cars. Los Angeles Cab Company, it says there. And then an older Cherokee or Jeep. Very cool stuff. Gonna make a right here. We're on what are we? Spanish Drive. So we're gonna go northbound here on Spanish Drive. Major cross streets here are gonna be Charleston and Hollywood. And yeah, you just never know what you're gonna see over here. We've seen horses. We've seen them selling all sorts of different goods on the street corners, etc. And yeah, crossing Stewart Avenue here, go continue northbound on Spanish Drive. If you're on Instagram, feel free to follow me, VegasDon4747. I'm just starting out my Instagram. I've never been on Instagram before, but my wife says it would be a good idea, so she's my best friend for a reason, so I figure I'll listen to her. And got an elementary school over here on our left, Linden Avenue and Spanish Drive. And big empty lot. Looks like they're just storing stuff out there. I don't know what's going on. But again, you see like the newer homes just plopped in here next to older ranch-style homes. And we've seen quite a bit on this side of town, especially the horses. Lots of folks out here riding horseback. So that's pretty cool. This is Bonanza. So we have to make a left or a right here because the road goes into a development over there. So we're going to go westbound here on Bonanza. Done a lot of videos about time up and down Bonanza, so feel free to check those out in our video library as we zigzag and meander our way around Las Vegas. Here on the Vegas Don channel, we show you everything Vegas, not just the glitz and the glam of the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street, wherever you might find it down there, but also all things Vegas, including but not limited to prices and you know, how much you can expect to spend on stuff. To that end, I want to mention that we're on Mount Hood Street now for our friends following along at home on your preferred map app. I saw prices at the Bellagio for the in-room mini fridge and the items they have in there. Definitely go to Walgreens or CVS. A 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola. Are you ready? 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola. $13. 13 US dollars. $13. a candy bar. I think it was a Twix or a Snickers they had for like $8. And then they had like, what was it, kettle corn chips or something for like, this is Washington Avenue, by the way, here. Go ahead and cross here. The kettle corn chips, I believe, were like 18 bucks. But definitely the can of soda was 13. So what you could get at your vending machine, probably at your job, if you have a vending machine at your work, or the nearest vending machine closest to your current position, you could probably get a bag of chips and a soda for what? $2, $3? But that same that same nutritional choice is going to cost you $31 if you take it out of the fridge there at the Bellagio in your room. That is just wild to me. And again, it used to be, look at that old BMW right there, 325, I think, right there on the right, red one. That's cool. Needs paint, but other than that. Still on Mount Hood here at the intersection with Owens Avenue, another major east-west artery here in town. Goes all the way from Buffalo Drive out in the west part of town, all the way over here to the east side, and just up past Hollywood Boulevard there to the where it goes up at like a 45-degree incline or something. It's, it's probably not 45 degrees, but it's way up. It feels like you're going straight up. So this is a very well-known speed trap, or speed, whatever you want to call it in here. There tends to be a motorcycle cop hanging out up here at Viewpoint, I think it's called. Yeah, Viewpoint Drive and Mount Hood up here. And there is Viewpoint there. We're doing the speed limit, so no worries there. And I don't see a motorcycle cop. But it's always nice when I can find him and show him to you guys. Be like, look, there he is. This is Lake Mead Boulevard, another major east-west artery here in town. This one will take you all the way out west to the northern reaches of Summerlin nowadays. All the way out here to the east, you could pretty much go anywhere in the state you want to. Because you could go, the road forks just on the east side of the mountain ridge there, east of town. And you could take it all the way out to, so take a look here at some of the homes lining Lake Mead Boulevard. You could take it all the way out to either Lake Mead and Hoover Dam, or if you go to the north, Valley of Fire State Park, I should say. They've got these big metal plates over where they're doing the drainage work here on Lake Mead Boulevard. And all the cars going over them. I don't know if that's coming out in the video, but that's a little unnerving to me, hear that stuff. You're like, oh no, what did I just do to my car? Got the green light here. So I'm gonna go like John Legend and proceed westbound here on Lake Mead Boulevard. So math was never my strong suit, but so you have $3 for a bag of chips and a soda versus $31. What percentage markup is that? I want to say it's like 1,000% for some reason. 1,000% markup. And that's just retail. That's retail versus retail. Let's go over more of these metal grates here. Their cost, of course, is less than that. Come up here to Sloan Lane. We've done quite a few videos of our time up and down Sloan. Feel free to check those out in our video library. And we had some rain here over a week ago now. It's about 9 days ago. Sitting here in front of one of the washes, and I don't know if it's going to come out in the video, but there's water down in the wash there. I don't think it would take it this long to get out into the wash, so I'm not sure where that water's coming from. Probably not the kind of stuff you want to drink, put into your body, that's for sure. 7-Eleven over here on our left. Shout out to 7-Eleven, man. 162 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area. Most of any metro in the country. That's just mind-boggling to me. Now crossing Lynn Lane. Have a lot of videos of our time up and down Lynn Lane here. There's some apartments here, and it looks like there's an encampment back there. In back of these apartments, lining Lake Mead Boulevard, and a taco truck. as we approach Christie Lane. We have a lot of video of our time up and down Christie Lane, so feel free to check that out in our video library as well. Taco truck right there on the corner. I'm not seeing merchandise for sale on street corners. We saw that last Saturday. I don't know, maybe it's a holiday or something. They're taking it off. I don't know. Or maybe they're just not making any money out here on the street corners. That's also another possibility. Yeah, when they're selling these Bluetooth speakers that look like the kinds that, you know, you would put in the back in your trunk or whatever, like back in the day when, you know, the 70s and 80s and even 90s, you'd put the big speaker box in the back of your trunk. Like that old song, We Like the Cars that go boom. I don't know how many of you know that song, but a lot of kids back then, when I was coming of age in the late 80s, early 90s, they were obsessed with putting speakers in their cars and stuff like that. But now they put them, you know, they're Bluetooth, and they sell them like, you know, a JBL brand or something like that, and they have like two speakers in them typically, probably like 8 inches each, but they got some pretty good bass in them. But it's all Bluetooth now, so you know, you don't have to try and hook it up to your car. Well, I guess you do, but nevertheless, you're selling that on a street corner, and you're probably not selling it for cheap. So, how much are you selling it for? And what's your return policy? Oh, if you just happen to be standing here on the corner at some point in the future in the next, what, 2 or 3 hours? Okay. Sounds like a great deal for me. As we continue westbound here on Mead Boulevard. Also, check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, does some awesome sunrise and sunset drone videos to include plane spotting and the elusive and mysterious Janet Airlines. If you're unfamiliar with Janet Airlines, feel free to do a quick Google search and prepare to be wowed and amazed. Rubio's Carniceria Market right there on the right. And then some newer looking homes over here on our left. Used car shop there. Okay. General mechanic. As we come up here closer to Lamb Boulevard, I'm getting the feeling we'll probably get stuck up here at Lamb. True Value Hardware Store. You don't see many of those nowadays. I've always thought, oh, look at this. Wow. This is how bad prices are here in Las Vegas. Look at the gas prices here. Look at that. That's crazy. Whew. I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers. The almighty algorithm, and the almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voice to other folks. So please help us out there. Also, check out our shop section on YouTube. I'm not wearing it today because it's a laundry day, but our Vegas Don gear, maybe something for yourself or your significant other. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks.